Anotherway, Erasmus Plus Program, Cooperation for Innovation and the Exchange of Good Practices. KA2 Strategic Partnership for Youth, funded by EU. Number 2019-2-IT-03-KA205-016466. Co-funded by the Erasmus Plus Program of the European Union. Mediterranea, Associazione per lo sviluppo locale. This work is licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 International License. To view a copy of this license, visit http://creativecommons.org or send a letter to Creative Commons, P.O. Box 1866, Mountain View, CA 94042, USA. Per altra via. Anotherway. An original method by Francesco Piccolo. Module 1. Who? Assignment. At the end of this first Who module, and before introducing the assignment, I will focus with you on some key concepts to take with us to continue this training. The first one concerns the object of the first module, the person. Each of us is a person with differences that make him or her unique. Yet, we are nothing more than the product of centuries of evolution, a delicate, intricate relationship between organs, muscles, bones, and substances, guided by a formidable leader, the brain. The second concept is precisely related to the brain and its alter ego, the mind. We have been able to ascertain how the main operations we perform daily seem simple, but are very complex and not directly related to a specific part of the brain. There are no on-off switches, as far as we know, that damage to the brain prevents the correct execution of mental functions. The study of perception has allowed us to understand this difference. It is one thing to know what light is made of, which organ perceives it, and in which part of the brain the visual stimulus is processed. It is another to explain why the same stimulus to a Frenchman will look like an omelette, to an Italian a piadina, to an Argentine an empanadas. Very important for us at AW is above all the concept of multimodal perception. Take the example of the apple. Usually, in fact, in everyday life, perception is not of a single organ, but of all organs which, in different percentages, participate in creating the perceptive experience. This is so true that it sometimes happens that the levels of the different perceptions merge together, creating what we call synesthesia. Lessons 3 and 4 have added a piece to our puzzle. What do we do with experiences if we no longer have any memory of them? Memory is the mental faculty that allows us to evolve, to store experiences, to know who to trust, to recognize what is useful and what is harmful. It allows us to live fully with the awareness of who we are. Without memory, there is no identity. And when it comes to identity, we must always remember that we are in relation to others, to our community. We participate in as many identities as there are realities that we frequent. Work, family, nation, church, association, etc. That is why we need to know that, together with our personal memory, a collective memory is deposited in us that identifies us as members of that specific human reality. Exactly at this point, I have chosen to introduce another very important mental faculty, which, in its most evolved form, belongs only to humanity: language. Without it, also these lessons would not exist. But all our thought would disappear because, even if we had a brilliant intuition, but we were not able to communicate it without a code to be understood by others, what would we do with it? It doesn't matter whether the language is spoken, written, or gestural. We know for sure that without language, without communication, we die. To sum up, we have the senses to perceive and experience, a memory to remember, a language to transmit experiences. Is that us? Is that all a person is reduced to? I would say not. The emotions and the needs underlying them are the seasoning of our life. These are what drive us to look for solutions, contexts, answers. These are the basis of what is creative thinking that we need in the AW context. It is always the emotions that fix the most beautiful and the ugliest memories. It is the needs that are able to put in order what we really want to take from the surrounding reality. How complicated it is when my needs must be frustrated if I want those of those I love to be satisfied. If I want the whole community to grow. And how nice it is to know that everyone gives up a piece of satisfaction so that everyone lives better. And what a joy when at a concert we feel like one body, singing, dancing, laughing and moving. We are social beings, that's the truth. I am only if I recognize that you are, and together we are a different us from an equally beautiful one. This is the essence of every AW itinerary, to let the tourist know who we are as a community. And now you are really ready for your assignment. Start with this attachment.
Papà di Roma, buttano cielo benedettivo, rotta, rotta cavallo mio, ci avveniamo noi di Roma, conosciamo lo benedettivo, rotta, rotta cavallo mio, rotta, rotta cavallo mio. Cavallo mio, sappiamo papà di Roma, buttano cielo benedettivo, rotta, rotta cavallo mio, rotta, rotta cavallo bebè, sappiamo dello papà, buttano cielo bebè, rotta, rotta cavallo bebè. Vicino mio, già veniamo de mendula, ni cattavano bello ciuccio, oppi, oppi cavalluccio, ninna, 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 oh, questo bimbo a chi lo do, glielo do alla Befana, se lo tiene una settimana. Questo bimbo a chi lo do, se lo tiene l'uomo nero, se lo tiene un anno intero, ninna nanna ninna oh, questo bimbo a chi lo do, glielo do alla Befana, se lo tiene una settimana.
e New York con il fucile. Tony Calò, via le femmine e porta le fuori.
Ma quando cerne tutta quanta se codula con l'orologio delle minne, la farina la ientola e na, come lo tiene lo scialabà e con rode senza rode che non può camminare.
La mamma femmina e daulia e l'utata masculetto con lo porta alla fatia nella carcerata lo pulcinella e faccia sta carcerata lo cucumuru carrubato
e no che iola zittella e dormi sola ma se vuoi la compagnia vengo io nella mia e to sta passa la zita di Tony Calò hai visto una compagnia di sita Tony Calò sta passa la zita.
I don't know what you thought or felt when you heard this Ninna Nanna lullaby. I remembered my great-aunt Pina, the scent of soap and talcum powder I smelled above her when she hugged me and cradled me. Sometimes I was sad and didn't want to rest in the afternoon because my mother had gone to work, leaving me there with my grandmother and my great-aunt. Then Aunt Pina used to tell me fairy tales first, and then sing this lullaby. I had the salty taste of tears in my mouth, but when I woke up, everything changed because Grandma made me find the snack ready: bread and apricot jam. If I listen to this song with my eyes closed, I still feel the taste of that jam, the warmth of the body bending over me, and I realize that I move a little bit as if I were rocking. Do you think that's weird? Try asking the men and women of Salento, my country, and you will see how many different and equally beautiful memories they have of this lullaby, a folk song that men and women have sung to their children for centuries to put them to sleep. What am I talking about? You should have guessed after the lessons of this first module. I'm talking about memory, individual and collective. I am talking about emotions that record sensations, tastes, smells, sounds, movements, etc., and make a memory vivid. I am talking about the language that allows me to express to you what I heard as a child and still feel today. I speak about me, Francesco, my feelings of the land of my origin, Salento. So, the task that I assign you then, at the end of this module, is find a song, a recipe, a monument, church, castle, square or street, a tale or a way of saying that it belongs to your community, that you all know, and then present it to me. It can be all the things listed above or just one. You can attach an audio or video link, but I want to know what historical or legendary origins surround the object, song or recipe or tale or saying or piece of art that you present to me. Why you have chosen it, how you would present it to a tourist. The deadline for presenting the completed work is the 31st of January. It has to be uploaded on the platform and a copy has to be forwarded to peraltravia@gmail.com. I remind trainers to send, together with the group work, also their report. For details, read the notes of December the 1st. You have no limits or particular restrictions, except common sense. A 1-hour video, for example, is not acceptable because it is too long. A 3-line report is not acceptable because it is too short. Good work, Coach Francesco.